right. Okay. As we come to sit, we'll sit for a few moments, we'll om, and then we're going to sit for a few more moments. And I just want to start with mudra. So while you're setting up, it's not complicated, but we'll touch like finger to thumb. You'll inhale, exhale, and then you're going to switch. And then we'll go back. And then we'll rest with the open palm. So I'm not going to give you any cues, but after we om, when we sit, this is the practice I'm offering for that time. So, okay, well, welcome to your practice and to your presence and your magical space within your own place. And, we gather, a yo gathering, we gather. Oh, look, these things are intuitive. So maybe we all need a little bit of this. And this is quite an energetic center here. The eyes of the chest. Talk about them every now and then, but there they are. So just wake them up, open your heart. And the card I chose today, I didn't share it with you, maybe I will after. But, the pink dolphin, and dolphin symbolizes play, communication. And I'll take these across here. And open-heartedness. So as I start with tapping the heart, I'm like, okay, we'll open it up. Let's do some tapping. Yeah, do anything that feels good. Just wake your brain up, and then the back of the neck. I'm just lightly tapping there in the back of the neck. Good. Okay, and then tap anywhere else that needs a good little welcome. Yeah, and we'll come to the settling in and resting in your stillness. Maybe you feel the resonance of that awakening. Very aware of the upper chest and the upper arm, the top of your head, back of your neck, and anywhere else you tap this morning. And as you begin your next inhalation, lengthen tall. Exhale your hands at your heart and bow your chin. And chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 Resting in your stillness. Just moving into the first mudra. Taking your time as you move between them all. If your palms are facing up, just turn them down for a moment. Before we come out, seeing if there's a way to lift the eyes of the chest and settle the sacrum downward. Letting your eyes gently open. Good. Okay, let's just feel free to adjust your legs as always. I'm just going to start to roll the wrists and to elevate the arms up while I'm still turning these wrists and reaching, maybe looking up with a soft jaw, soft eyes. And we'll bring these hands together and energetically start to bring them down. Maybe the eyes close or soften. And once the hands come down, let them rest. Allow your chin to drop towards your heart, and the eyes of the chest to lift. Start to roll your neck. Again, soft jaw, soft eyes, soft shoulders, and creating as much movement here as you can. I'm just going to reverse now. Good. Okay, I'm going to go one time in each direction, a lot more slower. And then one time in the opposite direction, again, a lot slower. Good. And returning your head to center. Stretch your legs out. A little bit of this. And okay, we are going to come up and step on the tennis ball. That's been our opening move, and hopefully we'll see with some consistency. But before you come up, grab your tennis ball, and you're still sitting on your height. I'm just turning to the side. If you're okay here to sit like this, I'm going to take that tennis ball and put it underneath the calf. And that can be, enough on its own. You start to move, maybe the heel comes up, and hands anywhere you need them to be, just to maybe some hip walking, just working into that one calf as the eyes of the chest and the eyes of the calf. Or that's where I put the ball at the bottom of that muscle here, the two muscles join. So feel what you can. Let it go if it's tight and tender. Okay, and then we'll come out of that and then just pause, like just feel what that did, and then we'll do the same thing on the second leg. I'm just going to pull this leg out of the way. You can sit like that too if you like, whatever works. And then just feel anything here, a little hip walking, massaging, rolling, moving the foot, so many things, yeah. Okay, and then we'll come off the ball and be with the two legs for a moment. We're going to do the same thing back of the thigh. So I'm going to put it in, and then you might, walk yourself forward. I like to do this, but I would get rid of the bolster so I'm closer to the floor and just rock yourself here. So let me just get rid of, oh yeah, the minute I do that, it's like, oh, hello. Okay, so whatever you're doing, that could be the foot, the leg, maybe you're doing this. Yeah, okay, and then we'll come off, feel, and we'll do the same on the other side. Hopefully this one feels nice because it's such a big muscle that, yeah. So in anything here, you turn the foot, you're going to shift it a little bit where the ball is. Oh, yeah. The best is the butt coming next. So, okay, come down. Now I'm sitting on the floor. I do have this blanket here. I'm just going to put that ball underneath one cheek like we do lying down. But here we can move ourselves. You can even just, not just like whatever it is. Oh, just walking that ball around. The blanket's going to help it from slipping out too much. Okay, be playfully curious, like the inner dolphin. Oh, okay, and I'm just going to drop both knees over, put a little more weight into that ball. This is where things might start to get interesting, and you just kind of see. Ah, okay, good. All right. So never enough, but for right now, just feel that magic, and then we'll do the other side. I'm just gonna flip. You are fine as you are. Okay. Oh, just anything here. There's no rules. This is fully playfulness, exploration, self massage, inner joy. And I wonder, it's like, oh, why is that so tight? Or that feels amazing. Okay. Good. And I'm just going to start to drop over to the side. Both arms come over. That's optional. And oh, hello. Okay. And then ta-da. And you can be like, wow. But that's yours. You can do that anytime. Okay. Can you hear me, Sharon? Okay. All right. We're going to stand up. Work that ball under the foot. So you know this one well. Take your time. Marvel at the wonder of the magical foot. Step that foot back and just make it longer and take a little bit of this lunging action here and see how that is. Okay. Good. So let's do another 5 or 6 breaths here, and I'm going to bring the feet together and find that reverse high heel. So the heel's down and the foot is up. It's an anchor. Breathe. Okay. And then step off. And last class, we did this exact same thing. And then we stepped our feet apart and we did a little bit of this. And we start to circle these hips, and my feet are also moving. The hips are moving, and I might take the hands down to the knees and find this dance here. So the knees are moving as best as you can. And then reverse. Yes. Good. Okay, I'm gonna go one time in each direction. Oh, some cracking. And then bring it back and take the other foot to the ball. Oh, okay. Again, I'm gonna step back a little bit wider today. Oh. Final 5 breaths, do whatever works and wherever you feel you need to be here. Mushing and breaking up and opening, releasing, grounding, all of these powerful things that are happening just from this. Yes. Okay. And when you're ready, step off. We'll open the legs again and just take a little bit of this side to side and let your knees move. Okay. And then we'll just rock it to center. Maybe the hands come to the sides of the knees and you start to sit down and just straighten. And so you could be here. You could be here. and drop down more. And if you want to put your hands down and go down as far as you like, bend and straighten a few times. So any way it's happening, think of this as opening the eyes at the back of the knees. Yeah, good. Okay, and then your choice. You want to come to standing or hang out in the forward fold for a few breaths. Good. Okay. And then if you're forward folding, bend your knees, take the butt back, come all the way up. And we'll all meet in standing. Just breathing for a few moments. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of this balance firework, I used to call it. And so we'll bend the knees a little bit and you shift the weight over and you come up and you're like, oh, and then we'll try and just shift over and your arms can come out too to help with the balance. So whatever works, it's about the balance and the bending and the straightening, and connecting and the breathing. Okay, so once you've got it, now I'm going to start to move the arms down and all the way up. And we'll just do this a few times at your own pace, smiling, finding the joy, and maybe one more on each side. And then bringing the feet back down, move your hips a little bit. Let's make these big circles with the hips. Like scientists will use your circles to calibrate their instruments. They're so lovely. And go the opposite way. Yes. Good. Okay, bring it back to center. I'm just going to lift the camera. We're just going to draw this energy downward. So we did this a couple of weeks ago. Take the hands up and then the palms turn down. And as you exhale, just slowly bring that energy down. And you can bend your knees here if you like. And we'll take it back up. And if you wish to soften your eyes, your jaw, and just moving here. Okay, we're going to do one more. And the next time your hands come down or just as they come down, we're going to move them out to the side. And we're going to start this like we do this. And I've just lifted one heel. I'm going to start to activate these energy centers. So one hand hits the upper arm and the other hand hits like where the kidney is, almost at the upper back here. But you just let them fly. Don't worry too much about, am I hitting my kidney? Just let them fly and be in the energy and the swishing and swirling and let your body move. Like really be free. Like find that inner playful as much as you can. And do a few more. And then we're going to slow it down. So we're not just going to pop out. You might just feel the arms kind of move around you. Bring ourselves back to center. And once you hit center, bend your knees, sweep the arms out, bring them back up, and exhale the energy down. Feeling in. We'll do that 2 more times. If you want to close your eyes and really be aware of something there that you're pressing downward. Okay, last one. And this time when the hands come down, again, we're not gonna go to that full thing. We're just gonna circulate the arms here, just smoothing out the energy. Good. Okay, and then let the arms, they move through it and come to rest. Good. Okay, we did this last class too. I'm gonna modify it though. We're gonna turn to the side. So let's say I turn to the right. I'm gonna let the left arm come up and the right arm back. Take them overhead and yes. And so you're just gonna take your time and maybe the brain gym of it all comes in where it's like, oh, the arms start to move differently and just feel what you can do. Just moving. That's it. Okay, baby girl. And I'm going to go the opposite direction. So again, might have to use some brain gym. Okay, I know it's not, I'm kind of screwing up. Oh, okay, let it go. Just shake your shoulders. Good. Okay, bring your hands together to your heart. Take a breath. Breathe out. Good. Okay, we're going to come all the way down. You're going to come through forward fold. So sweep the arms up. Take the energy down. And this time you're just going to come all the way down until you get into your forward fold, if that's how you're coming. And once you're in forward fold, if you're here, you want to shake your hips a little bit, side to side. Do that and move yourself. Breathe. And take it down for a squat. So bring your feet to a comfortable distance. And if you prefer squat with your forearms on your thighs and you're doing it, oh, yes, and whatever it is, you just, this is like child's pose. It really is child's pose eventually, or maybe never. Good. Okay, I'm going to take one more breath here, and I'm aiming the tailbone down and seeing if I can lift the eyes of the chest. Okay, and then the coming down is always like, oh, can I get there? Okay, great, nice. We're going to set up for rest. So I'm going to grab my 2 blocks. We're going to put the bolster over the blocks like we do. So any height here. Sometimes higher is better. Let's see. So, okay. I'll put the bolster so that one block hits the back of the heart and the other block hits the head, hopefully. And I have so many props here because heart's not here. I could take another bolster and put it underneath my knees, but you probably don't have that. So some blankets or one blanket. I have 2 here just because I have so many props lying around. So maybe 2 or 1, and just support the backs of the knees and maybe the backs of the thighs. And if your back is troublesome, you could even pull those up. I'm just putting my socks on. And grab seating pad. And we're just going to bask in the afterglow of all that energetic release. So you're setting yourself up nicely. Okay, let's see. Okay, if it's too much for your shoulders, put something underneath your forearms just to lift them up a little bit, or bring your hands closer to your body. Make any adjustments. Okay, I'm going to lower my block. I feel like maybe they're too high right now. Okay. Tuning into the flow of the breath, your circulation. And if your arms are in a comfortable place and the palms are facing up, even if they're down, I guess you could still do this. We're just going to bring in that same mudra play. And this time, you can just keep going until I'll tell you when to relax the hands. So as you're ready, friend. You're aware of each breath, almost like you're counting, but we're not. Full inhale and a soft exhale. And as you begin your next round, see if you can slow it down. Just finishing this last round, so you end with thumb and index finger pads lightly touching. And just touching the thumb to the index finger pad. Notice if you feel anything in your lower belly, like an activation, swirling, something. Moving your thumb to touch the pad of the ring finger or the middle finger. And tuning into the area between the navel and the solar plexus. Notice anything happening there. And then bringing the thumb to touch the ring finger. As we draw this energy vortex into the heart space, maybe you feel corresponding action. And then we'll bring the thumb to touch the pinky pad and to activate the throat center. Releasing the hands, let them be open. You can place these open palms somewhere on your body, thighs, hips, belly, heart, sideways, anything. Okay, I'm going to take these arms overhead and stretch through the legs, through the arms, anchoring the hips towards the floor. Maybe the low back curve pops up a little bit. Okay, and then we'll move into bending the knees. And I'm going to stay on the bolster, but if it's not happy, it's been playful, then you come off and change the height. And we'll move into windshield wiper. So make any adjustments so you know that's going to happen. And then start to gently rock your knees side to side. I'll turn the palms down just for support. Good. Do one more on each side. And then as you bring the feet back down, you might have to adjust yourself on your prop. And we keep the left foot down and bring the right knee into the chest. And if you like to straighten the left leg, you can. And stay with it bent. You're going to go ankle over knee from here. So find that, make adjustments. And then we'll move into a very, like maybe a very small windshield wiper, just rocking the hips side to side. Use your hands for balance, but what happens if I don't use my hands? Put them on your tummy and be with this rocking. Okay, and then we'll come to center. I'm just bringing the hands back down to the earth and breathe here for a few moments. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the next step, and you'll stop anywhere you need to. So anywhere you feel it, something. You take your left hand and find your right foot, maybe by the ankle. And I have my thumb is with the fingers. I'm going to start to bring this foot down, and maybe I can get that heel into the hip crease or somewhere down lower thigh of the left leg. Okay, now I'm going to start to straighten the left leg. So my hand is going to move with the thumb there to the outside or the top of the foot. I'm going to say top of the foot. So I'm just holding the top of the foot. And I'll start to straighten this out and lower this right leg down. So my right foot is very active to protect the knee. The left leg is active. The left foot is active. And if you can take the hand away and maintain this, so even as the legs are wherever they are, whatever bus stop you stop at, smile and take one big breath here. And then I'll start to rebend the left leg. I'll lift the right knee up and just bring it in wherever it goes. And across this right knee, right over the left knee. Okay, remember how we started with that ball into the calf muscle? So now we're going to use the left knee into the right calf muscle. So you're just going to find that calf muscle and rotate so you've got the eye of the calf while resting on the left knee. I'm going to start to roll the right ankle. And change direction of rolling the foot. Breathing and receiving. And then point and flex your right foot. Not as intense as the ball, but depending on where you're resting, you move that connection around and see if there's someplace else. Okay, and now we're going to cross as best as we can the thighs over each other, and I'm going to come back to windshield wiper. And again, it's very gentle. We've got this cross, and the bolster, not a lot of room to move. It's just a micro movement. And then bringing it to center and put the feet on the floor, stretch the legs out if you like. And just breathe. And as you're back in your restful state, adjust yourself on your bolster. I'm going to come back to that mudra play. So I'm just going to do one round, but keep going till I tell you to stop. You might even tune into these energy centers. So if you start with the index finger, they travel up. And if you start with the pinky, they travel down. Even if you don't feel it, it's happening. The body is very intuitive and all-knowing and very, very connected. From the tips of your fingers to your heart chamber. And then releasing your hands wherever you are. Good. Okay, we'll bend the knees if your legs are straight. We'll bring the left knee in. I'm going to change the interlace. And you can stay here with the leg bent. You can stretch the right leg out. Take a few moments here. Good. And then I'll bend the right leg. We're going to cross ankle over knee. Your hands are going to come to the floor, maybe palm down as you move to the windshield wiper, the baby windshield wiper. Rocking maybe from one cheek to the other. Good. Okay, and then bring it to center. Staying out in center and work the steps. So put the hand on top of the foot, maybe by the ankle. Gently bring it down wherever it's going to go. You feel that, and then wherever you have it, maybe the hand now holds the top of the foot as you straighten the right leg and bring the left knee towards the floor. But then the feet start to really kick in. Just take the hand away. The feet are working. And that right leg is long and the right foot is flexed. And take 3 breaths here, wherever this is. It's a big hip. So find your joy. Okay, and then we'll come out however you do. We'll take the eye of the calf to the right knee this time. Find whatever you need here and where you feel a little bit of pressure, and as you start to roll the left foot. And you haven't reversed, do that. And move into a point and a flex. Good. Okay, and we'll cross knee over knee as best as you can. And start again with this windshield wiper, or this baby windshield wiper, just rocking from hip to hip. Good. Okay, and then feet to the floor. We're going to rest again. This time I'm going to move into Baddha Konasana, and I do have these two blankets here. You can always not do Baddha Konasana, just have your legs straight out, whatever works. So soles of the feet together and everything supported. Hands, palms are up anywhere they need to be, and start to flow into our mudra again. The eyes are soft, and perhaps the tongue is just resting at the top of the front teeth, the tip of the tongue, and the top of the tongue. Just let everything be heavy and soft here. You're dropping into the support, your conscious awareness, and the breath is the great connector between the mudra and the energy centers and the softening. And slowing the breath down. Even lingering in the natural pause at the top and the bottom of each breath. Okay, wherever you are, you finish up this round. And you bring the hands to rest, and you wish to place them somewhere on your body again, and taking the heat of the hands. Okay. And releasing your hands and lifting your knees up, and we're going to come into, I'm going to say this, we're going to come into a supported child's pose. If you prefer child's pose on your back, you're just going to move your props and hug your knees in. Otherwise, you'll make your way up and move into a child's pose if that is there. So I'm just going to move the heating pad. It's going to come back very soon. You can use your bolster if you like. You can use the blocks if you like, and wiggle yourself in. Like, just feel what you need here. Maybe some cat cows, and take your time. Prop up. I'm just throwing the props in just to demonstrate so many different ways you can put them. So just find a way to be comfortable here and to drop in. So feel that the chest and the maybe even the belly are supported, if that works. And then the forehead can rest. You can turn your head to one side. And yeah, so we're going to be here for a few moments. I'm not going to say how long. You need to come out. You're just going to come up to sit. And then maybe you'll come back in if time allows. So deeply surrendering into the flexion of the knees and the hips, and all the eyes are closed, covered, and resting. If you've turned your head, just turn it the other way now. Maybe one or two more breaths, and slowly come out, and I'm going to just sit on the heels for a moment. Let everything come back, and take your time. Sit however you like. And feeling the effects of that. And if you'd like to do a downward dog, maybe now is a good time. Our next pose is going to be legs up the wall. So so you can take a downward dog if you like, or anything you like, or just set up for legs up the wall. As close to the wall as you like, as far away from the wall, to elevate the legs. You have the heart lifted. Yeah. If you're very happy in your dog, lift one leg in the air or anything like that. And take some variations, and yeah, beautiful. Don't forget to do the other leg. Yeah, whatever works. Take some time. You're on your mat. An incredible gift and places to explore. Okay. Every time I take this legs up the wall, it's not every time, but right now, I met a woman who was working at Lowe's, and I can't remember what I was getting, something for yoga. Oh, I love yoga. I love legs up the wall. And it's just like, yeah, like that. How often do people do this? Unless you have an injury and you have to elevate your legs. Mm. I didn't put head support in, but if you need it, you'll put it there. Oh, I do have all these blankets, so just cover it up and be in the grounding. And if you'd like to bring this mudra in while we're here, then it's available to you. And staying as you are. You complete this practice if you wish, or shifting into your favorite form of Shavasana. And if you're going to stay in legs up the wall, maybe play with the leg position now. Just take an interlude, maybe a Baddha Konasana, Upavishta with the legs wide open. Nothing to do, nowhere to be, no one to be, just be. Releasing more deeply, any way you can. And taking your time, you elongate the breath and invite in gentle, intuitive movements to slowly awaken yourself and move slowly. And then as we come up to sitting, whenever you do, even if you're still lying down, just bring all the pads of the fingers to touch gently as we come into our sit. And you can hold those hands up in front of the belly, even the heart, anywhere they want to go. Soft shoulders, soft jaw, and lifting the eyes of the chest and aiming the tailbone down. Feel this practice with one Om. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale this breath completely. Maybe the hands come up and find another place to rest them. And inhale. Oh. Breathing into your hands. Catch your sacred breath. Anoint yourself. Bless yourself with all that you are. Reminder that you've got this. You also send that loving support out to your loved ones, to your families, and beyond these borders. And it all comes back. What we put out comes back. So, thank you, friends. Blessings on this Tuesday and this new moon cycle and all the good energies that are happening as we get pulled towards winter solstice. So, thank you so much. Have a good day.